What's up, movie crew? Welcome to a spoiler review for Scream 6. Before I get started, if you are new to this channel, my name is Luke, this is Let's Watch a Movie, and if you're anything cinema and physical media related, you've come to the right place, so hit that subscribe button. Alright, when I did my review for Scream 6, I asked if you would like a spoiler review. And it is currently either my second or third most viewed review on the channel, so I'm taking it that everyone would like a spoiler review. First off, thank you for doing that. I definitely needed that little boost. But also, I said that I would do this if the demand was there, and it does look like that. Alright, so again, this is a spoiler review. If you have not seen the movie and you do not want spoilers, I will have a pinned comment down below so you can check out my spoiler-free review. Alright, I rewatched all 5 movies leading up to seeing Scream 6, and 5 for me is tied in second place with 2 and my rankings videos. I'll also have the ranking video down below for anyone that wants to check that out. So, the things with this one, it takes place a year after the events of Scream 5. Tara, Mindy, and Chad are now attending school in New York. Sam has followed her sister after the events of what happened in Woodsboro because she wants to protect her sister. And we find out a little bit later on why she feels she needs to be there. Alright, let's get this opening kill out of the way because this was freaking awesome. Alright, the directors of the new Scream movies directed Ready or Not, starring Samara Weaving. And they've got her in the opening scene for the first kill. Great opening. Someone that the crew sort of knows, so there's a little bit of a connection there. But here's where things get changed up. Right after the kill, the killer unmasks himself. And prior to this, we had just seen this guy talk to Tara. This was awesome. This is next to Casey's death in the first movie, this is probably the second best opening kill in a Scream franchise. This was good. Then the guy gets a phone call who he thinks is his roommate. He's like, dude, why are you messing with me? Why are you using the voice box? And then you find out this was a red herring. So you've got these 2 guys that were planning to go after Sam and Tara, only to find out that this was not the real killers. That the real killers start with the fake killers. That was great. That was very good subverting expectations. So once we actually get into the meat of the story with the main characters, you've got Mindy who has a new girlfriend. You've got Chad and Tara. Looks like they're having a budding romance. Tara is not really overcome the issues that have happened, and Sam is in therapy. And unfortunately, something that Sam mentions in therapy makes the therapist want to call the cops on her. Wow. But shortly thereafter, they get a phone call. First off, because I saw some people complain about this, a lot of people were wondering why Sam still has Richie's number in her phone. I've got to be honest, I am guilty of that myself. I have changed my number before, and next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call from one of my exes because I forgot to take her number out of my phone. It happens. Just throwing that out there. So, she's trying to figure out who this is, and before she can do anything, Tara's with her. Ghostface is right behind Tara, and they run into the minute market for that very, very awesome scene that you see in the trailers. By the way, that was one of the first scenes in the movie, and it picks up from there. That was great. Them also realizing that every new person in their group could be a suspect was also pretty good. You got Mindy telling her girlfriend, you're either the killer or you're going to be padding up his kill count before he gets to me. She doesn't like that. Chad's roommate. Hey man, you weren't there last night and you're now affiliated with us. So you're either going to be one of the first kills or you're the killer. And he doesn't like that. Sam and Tara have a roommate. They tell her. She's like, well, my dad's a cop. And he can vouch for me. So they feel pretty okay doing that. I'll get back to that later. And as we find out, Sam has a new boyfriend. And I've got to say, I was wrong. One of my biggest complaints with the Scream movies is that I'm usually right about who the killer is. It was pretty obvious to me when I first saw the first Scream movie when I was 10 that Billy was the killer. It was pretty obvious about Mickey in Scream 2. Scream 4, Emma Roberts' character was just, she was trying to downplay everything too much. And as I mentioned in my spoiler review for Scream 5, Richie's facial expressions were too close to Stu Macher's to the point where he could not have not been the killer. Alright. If you mainly watch me for horror stuff, I am also a comic book person. And in season 5 of Arrow, Sam's boyfriend plays the villain in Arrow. And he was fucking phenomenal in that role. When it's revealed that he's the villain, he stays on the gas and does not let up until the finale. So because of that, and I should have known better because Scream does this thing of like, hey, here's this nice person baking cookies. Yeah, they're actually the killer. That's kind of what they do. So I should have known that the guy who's played a villain before was not the killer. So, good job, y'all. On the flip side, I was right about the cop, sort of. But before we get to that part, the cop meets new FBI agent Kirby Reed from Scream 4. Hallelujah, yes, Hayden Panettiere is back. She was the only character I liked in Scream 4, so it was nice to see them bring back the one character I actually liked. And they made her a badass. They have her having connections with some of the other people. You realize that the age difference between her and Sam is not that far apart, so they kind of know each other, but enough to where they trust Kirby. They did pretty good here. The killer reveal was great. So before the killer reveal, one of them ended up being Quinn. And one of the reasons that you think that she's safe is because not only is she a daughter of the cop, but the cop can give an alibi for her, and we see what looks like a pretty brutal death for her. Anyway, you find out later on that her and Chad's roommate are actually siblings, and their older brother is Richie. A lot of this is already making sense. And also, You get some new footage here, so shout out to Jack Quaid for coming back for what little bit that he did for connecting the dots to him being related to the killers in Scream 6. But also, with this one, as Mindy mentions in 5, we are no longer in sequel territory. We are now in requel territory. So with requel territory, you've got the legacy cast and you've got the new cast. And this movie definitely plays up on legacy. We find out in Scream 5 that Richie and Amber were fans. And Richie, being a fanboy, goes a little bit deeper because they now see this ghost-faced shrine in New York. You got someone who is got Randy's shirt, Billy's shirt that he was wearing when he was killed, the TV that fell on Stu Macher, the knives that each of the killers have used, the outfit that each of the killers have used, and just all this stuff. And it was like an oh shit moment, but at the same time, then focusing on the whole legacy idea. And even when the killers do a killing, they leave a mask behind. And every time they leave a mask behind, it's got the DNA of one of the previous killers. So Kirby and the detective are using that to find out when we are going to eventually get to Stu Macher and Billy Loomis' DNA on masks. That was great. And then with the killer reveal, I think they did a good job. You got the cop who you find out has 3 kids, not 2. You find out that Quinn's one of the killers along with her brother, Chad's roommate, and their older brother's Richie. And their plan to continue doing everything is that they are going to set Sam up, and it's going to look like she has now hit an absolute turning point psychologically, and the cops and the morgue are going to find her knife in hand wearing the ghost face outfit just like her father. That was pretty good. All right. So that's pretty much the story with the spoilers along with my thoughts on some of that stuff. So those are all the pros. Unfortunately, we do have to get into the cons on this one. Alright. So for starters, they killed off Dewey in Scream 5. Neve Campbell is not back for this one, so we don't really have a lot of legacy stuff other than Gail and Kirby. Well, you find out that Gail went back on her word on not putting out a book for this. So now, once again, she is at odds with Sam and Tara. I really did not like this particular part of the storyline because we already know by the end of it, everyone's going to be on good terms again. And they have to do that because we get Ghostface attacking Gail. So Kirby lets them know, like, no, you don't have to be on the phone for 2 minutes. I can trace this killer in 15 seconds. To which Tara knows that this particular individual is near Gail Weathers. So now everyone has to make up and be nice and all that stuff. And I don't think they needed to do that. Just my personal opinion here. Another thing, too, is that pretty much, other than Sam, the remaining people get attacked brutally. How the hell Chad is still alive after getting stabbed repeatedly in the stomach? Like, you see the part where the two killers are there at the same time. Boom, 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 boom. into his stomach. How is he still alive? Same thing with Tara. She gets stabbed in the stomach, sliced in the arm. Kirby gets stabbed in the exact same place that she got stabbed in Scream 4. I get that they have to, the killers are after these people. This one's a lot more brutal, but at the same time, this almost felt like a little too much for me personally. Just saying. Also, at the end of the movie, Sam and Tara are now boxed in by 3 killers. Kirby's out unconscious. By the end of it, Tara looks like she's been through hell. Like, when you see those two at the end, Jenna Ortega looks like she's got bruises on her face. She's got all cut up. She looks like she's been ugly crying. Melissa Barrera, her hair is still all nice and pretty. She's still got her makeup on. It's like, wait a minute. You went through the exact same thing. How do you not look like shit as well? Just kind of a nitpick thing, but still. Also, with the Minute Market scene, as cool as it was, we're in New York here. You're telling me that what happened there, the cops weren't there faster than they were? Just throwing that out there. Overall, movie was great. I do want to give this one a rewatch before I give it a final spot in my ranking list, but this one might actually be above 2 and 5. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the ranking review. Number 1's obviously number 1, but number 2 I tied with 2 and 5. And after rewatching the movies leading up to 6, my opinion remains the same. Overall, Scream 6, I am giving a 4 out of 5. And as always, if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. You like what you see? Leave a thumbs up. Comment down below. What were your thoughts on Scream 6? What was your favorite kill if you are watching this one for the spoilers? And even though it hasn't been announced yet, we're pretty sure Scream 7 is going to happen. They had a weekend high for the franchise. We're getting Scream 7. Are you excited? Comment down below. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching and tune in next time.